woman do on your screen right now is all you need to do to obliterate your personal, all that sensitive information that we have on all of the paperwork around our house. I mean, how many times do you pick something up and go, my name is on there, my address is on there, my medical information is on there, my bank account number is on there, my Visa name number is on there, my Amex, all of that paperwork that we can't get rid of unless we're using a very noisy shredder, unless we're maybe tearing it up and crossing our fingers and hoping that nobody gets their hands on it, unless we're just, I don't know, rolling it into a ball and throwing it into the garbage. None of those things are really foolproof. Probably the next best thing would be a shredder, but that's noisy and they break. This is Diana Seastead, and she brings us this great solution, and I love it's the low-tech solution, but it really actually does the trick. It's one of the first things that I bought here at QVC. I had a friend of mine, and she was worried about medical information getting out on actually round pill bottles, and was like, I don't know how I can, cross off that information without, I don't know, taking out the knife and, or a razor blade and trying to, ruining my nails to get this off. So this is something called Guard Your ID. It's actually a 2-piece set. We have it in lots of colors. We sold out of the navy and the yellow the last day they were presented. The reason being, this is a hugely popular item. Over 130,000 have been spoken for. Here's your turquoise. Remember, you're receiving a set of 2. As we go over to the purple, always a set of 2. Down in front, we have the black, the green, the navy's available again, and the yellow's available again. Take advantage of the buy more and save. Pick up more than one set. So $21 for your first set, $18 for every set thereafter. And we're not reordering these. So makes me sad. This is the extra large. Makes things really easy. Can you share with us what is the secret to this really low-tech version to a high-tech problem?
It is. On the stamp surface are all these characters. It's a self-inking roller stamp, so super easy to use. And you can see how they're all kind of scrambled characters and letters. So it's almost like an encryption. You're completely camouflaging your information. So take, for instance, this is just a cardholder statement. Name, account number, address, places where you've been spending your money, all of this information. You would never hand this to a stranger on the street. And you're doing that if you're just throwing that right into your trash or recycle bin, because unfortunately dumpster diving is real. And it's like a big puzzle, your trash can for these dumpster divers. They're going in and looking for this information. So, you can't just tear it in half or try and scribble it out. Look how simple that was. Just take seconds, and it's quiet and simple.
And is it on the back?
You cannot read that from the front or the back. And I do just want to point out, this is purposely to cover up your regular type sizes like this. It's not meant to cover up the big, bold, and color fonts here. But for all your personal information, which is here, name and address, places where you've been spending your money.
And what about magazines and glossy items?
Yes, I'm glad you asked. This can be used on glossy as well. It does have a little bit of about a minute dry time, but you can see this is like a high gloss photo paper here, totally dry on there. So all the magazines and catalogs and things that we get, we don't spend our time. Oh, pet peeve of mine.
I have so many of these, right? So you get your new checks. Well, then what do you do with your old, or once maybe you changed, you moved? I've got checks from addresses years gone by, but guess what? The accounts might still be open. Maybe I left that in, or I just changed my address but still have my same account. How do you get rid of all this really sensitive information? All you do is roll this over. And I gotta tell you, Diana, what I do basically is I just sit in front of the TV. I'm watching QVC. I bring out my mail, I bring out my bills or whatever it is, my bank statement, and I just roll away. It's quiet. You can actually even get your little people to do it because they think it's coloring.
Yes. It's kind of fun, and it is portable, so you just open your mail, bring this to wherever's comfortable for you. For me, it's the kitchen counter, and I do this every day, so nothing ever, I don't have this big pile. And if you don't have a shredder, this is really a must-have. So think of like the young people out on their own for the first time. Identity theft is such a huge, huge problem. It affects 9 million Americans each year. That's 24,000 people a day are victims of identity theft. And so this is such a simple way to protect you and your family, from dumpster diving. It's out there. It's true. These people are putting your pieces of the puzzle together, trying to find your name, your address, your account number, your social security number, perhaps your birth date, medical information. having your identity stolen, is a nightmare. You don't find out about it until it's too late, typically. So you try to maybe buy that refrigerator, your credit then is something's wrong. It can also affect you getting a job, and sometimes people are stealing your identity to get medical services in your name, and that can be a whole other nightmare in itself.
So here's the thing. If you know someone who has had their identity stolen, you can just raise your hand. If you know someone who's had their bank account overtaken, and that happened to me, raise your hand. This is your insurance. This is how you arm yourself and are your own best advocate in protecting your information. So we are sending you a set of 2. That's what you'll get every time you order. Here's the purple. This is the turquoise. When we go down front, these are the ones that sold out the last day presented, the yellow and the blue. I actually recommended having these in several places in your home. Here's the green, and then here's the black. $21 for the first set of 2, and then every one thereafter is just going to be $18. You're saving $3 for every one thereafter. We don't have any reorder on this configuration. This is an extra wide roller. So it's a, what, 2-inch swipe, is that right?
You're going to get 1,000 2-inch swipes in each roller, so 2,000 swipes. So they're going to last a really long time and let you cover up a lot of personal information.
And go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say you can use it on your matte papers and your glossy papers, so magazines. There's so many things that even if you have a shredder, you can't shred the medicine bottles, you can't shred the boxes and the bubble mailers.
I want to welcome in Francis because I believe Francis already uses these. Hi, Francis. I'm Rachel. This is Diana. How are you?
I'm just fine. How are y'all doing?
We're
Hi,
great. Are you familiar with these rollers, Francis?
This is my 3rd set. Yes, I am.
Oh,
excellent.
Brilliant. So how come you keep coming back for more and more?
Oh, these are the greatest things, especially for the medicine bottles. And I do use a lot of medicine, but yes, and for the packing label that she's just doing, they're the best things there are.
Excellent.
Absolutely right. And what inspired you to pick up your first set, the very first time, Francis?
Curiosity.
Oh, okay.
You see a lot of things on TV that is shown, and I was just curious, would this really work? And it really works, so that's why I came back for my 3rd set.
Oh, great. Well, that's
Excellent.
absolutely wonderful. What color set are you getting?
I got the turquoise this time.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm using the yellow right now. So.
The yellow right now. And where do you usually do this? Like, are you in the kitchen where you roll over your information, or are you sitting in the living room?
Right on my couch.
Right on your couch.
Right on my couch in my living room.
Yep, right on your couch. And it's, do you do your mail every day, or do you set it off for a little while and then do it all at once later?
Every day.
Every day. I love it.
Every day.
Francis, a woman after my own heart.
I do my mail while I watch QVC.
Oh, good. Bravo.
Excellent.
Well, Francis, I'm so glad you're coming back for more, and I hope you have a good summer and a blessed day, okay?
You too. And
Thank you.
you so much for talking to me.
Thank you for talking
Thank
to me.
you.
Take care. I mean, we are
Bye-bye.
devoted to it. Thanks,
Yes.
Francis. Those of us who picked these up were devoted. Over 1,500 spoken for right here, but 130,000 of these sets have been sent out to Francis and other of our QVC customers. We're not reordering this, so this is a great opportunity to pick up, your first set for $21 and then every set thereafter for $18. Have them by the kitchen, in the living room, in your office. Give them to anybody who you care about enough to protect their financial house as well as their identity. And this means
right.
this means your kids, your nieces, your nephews, your sisters, your brothers. It's